We even provide you a number, a score, like which is the best person to talk to. If you're selling to a finance department, so in this case, Helen got the highest score, that's the champion, and it's specifically for that person is related to the product you're selling. Once I click on that person, I can get basically an analysis of her character. We call it the disc analysis, and you'll have tips here of do's and don'ts and how you should approach that person. You can obviously get an email address and a phone number, and we even help you compose an email that is based on the character of Helen, the product you're selling, and also we take into account people who have already engaged with Helen and share how was it to work with her. That's kind of the human knowledge that we provide. And so all of that is within the product that we are providing.
Where are you getting all this intent data? And you've mentioned human knowledge. What does that actually look like?
Yeah, so it's a combination of external data sets and human knowledge. So, for example, the intent data on the web is based on external data sets. But if we know, for example, that a contract is about to end, or we have information about Helen because people have already dealt with Helen and they sold to her, that's the human knowledge that we have. And as we move within the deal, the more human knowledge is based on.
So people using your platform and the knowledge that you've
Yeah,
gained from those specific deals.
right.
Okay.
And people who have already sold to Uber, they map the actual stakeholders. They tell me who is a champion, who is a sponsor, who is a decision maker. Once we move to the timeline, that's where we start to analyzing the deal if you're already into the process. And that's something that is very unique to Clearitty. I don't know any other company who does it because it's based on people who have already closed deals with Uber. So the first thing we do is we provide you an analysis. How long does it take to sell to Airbnb? Is it a process of 6 months or 10 months? In this case, it's 10 and a half months. And we analyze the initial approach. What works well? Is it inbound or outbound? Deal winning factors. For example, we provide you information about the champion legs of service, how many demos on average you needed to prepare or show in order to close the deal. We give you information about POC if it's required or not. So that's part of the actual initial approach. We even analyze legal. Did you need your paperwork or the buyer paperwork? That's something that always salespeople want to know. How long the sales legal process takes. We analyze the procurement stage as well. And then closing the deal is really we analyze the actual transaction. In which quarter usually the buyer buys the software and how is it split to multi-year and 1 year, number of competitors that were on the short list, the median annual contract value, all of that is super valuable for salespeople to strategize and prepare for that deal. So for example, if you know that mostly they close deals on Q4, you want to prepare and do all the work before so you're able to be ready and close the deal. You want to be already in the legal part and not just, pitching the demo because that will take you time.